So let's start with something interactive. What's the hardest part about marketing your business online? I would love to hear your comments around this.
Targeting the right audience.
Targeting the right audience. All right, yeah. Finding out where those people are, who's raising their hands, and when they're in the buying mode, right? That's a good one. What else?
Finding the most cost-effective way of finding that audience.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Especially around things like Google AdWords. A lot of business owners get these marketing pieces from Google, and spend $50, and before you know it, you're out $500, and you maybe got a lead or two out of it. So finding different channels that have an ROI that isn't insane, right? That's a good point. Any others?
What about, like, it's not directly job online marketing, but it is a push toward that, is they're talking about maybe doing, like, those Coroplast or plastic job signs. You just start putting them up in the new subdivisions or something like that, but they have your website address on it, so people who are building, going and looking around, all of a sudden, oh, we never thought of that, let's look these guys up.
Yep. So some offline methods.
Offline, yeah.
Yeah, of doing it. And those are good. I think the biggest detractor to those, at least for me, is there's no tracking, right? There's no way to track how many people saw it. Same with like a billboard, TV, radio. How many people really saw it? How many people really heard it?
Yeah.
And being able to track your ROI. I think there's a famous quote. I don't remember who it was, but it was something along the lines of 50% of my marketing is working great. I just don't know which 50%. Right?
Yeah.
It's a fantastic quote, and very, very
very true.
Yeah. Nice thing about the online stuff is all of it is trackable, right? And we'll talk about that a little bit later on. You can track, you can attach IDs to everything and track them, which is nice. So good. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate it. So really, if you're not able to set clear goals, you're going to have a rough time, in the short term and the long term. And we want to make sure that's not the case this year. We want to help you set some very clear goals. Without those, this is my little lost at sea, although that looks like a really nice place to be right now. It was snowing here yesterday, so not all bad, but it would be nice to have some wind in your sails, get those clear goals, and really have a direction that you're moving towards. I think that's a huge piece of success for any business. I want to tell you real quick about the study that was done at Harvard. They interviewed one of the graduating classes and just asked them some questions around goals. 84% of the graduating members had no specific goals. 13% had goals, they didn't write them down. 3% had clear written goals and plans to accomplish them. It's funny, when you write those down, it energizes something just immediately to start to put them into place. And you'll see that from the results here. The 13% of the class who had the goals on average were earning twice as much as the 84% who didn't have goals. But even crazier than that, the 3% that had them written down were making 10 times as much as the other 97% put together. There's definitely something to be said around putting those goals down. And along those lines, I think it's important that you have obviously written goals, but you also need to set, some sort of a minimum. That should be a 1-year goal, quarterly goals, but then also monthly goals. We've started meeting with our clients monthly and starting to put some KPIs together, key performance indicators, and some things that say, okay, here's where we are now, here's where we were last month, and what do we need to tweak? What do we need to change? And are these consistent with our 1-year goal, right? Are the things that we're doing moving us towards that big pot of gold, if you will, right? But it's very important that you have some sort of a stopping point to look at those and say, are we still on track towards the bigger goals?